why can't we compare past players like T-Mac, Paul Pierce, or this guy to say in this era? So what would Shea do in that era?
No, y'all are missing it.
So what would Shea do in that era?
No, you're missing it. You can say they would come in and be great. That doesn't mean they would be as good as Shea just was this season.
Why not?
That's undermining what we just saw from Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
I'm not undermining nothing. I think Shea's awesome, but there is a difference in basketball.
We got this comment of the week is a two-parter, y'all. So let me just get through this part. I'm gonna go to the next one. I'll get through that part, and then we'll go. Hey, Claire, could you stop picking these essays?
You're gonna like this one though, to be fair.
From Upgrade Your Mindset, 3265. Let's be real. Hey, yeah, Paulie. Let's be real. Pierce had no weaknesses as a scorer, none. Post game, mid range, 3-ball, isolation, catch and shoot, off screens, clutch shots, free throws. Keep going. He could get a bucket any way he wanted it. Go left, go right, slow the pace, control the tempo. He was surgical. You know I'm surgical with this bitch, Jake. Don't rely on athleticism, just skill, footwork, and craft.
Facts.
Meanwhile, y'all want me to read that paragraph again?
No. We heard you the first time.
I'm making sure.
Big dog. You got it. Pop it.
Meanwhile, half the dudes y'all ranked above him didn't even come into the league as scorers. Damn. LeBron wasn't a true scoring threat until years in. Giannis still can't shoot. SGA and Kawhi developed over time, but Pierce's game is in as a natural born scorer. Second part of that is ask yourself why Shaq, your cousin Chill, called him the truth within his third year. Shaq ain't out here giving nicknames for fun. That name meant something. Pierce gave problems to everybody in his era, from Kobe to Braun to team. Keep going.
Talk about it.
Keep fucking going.
Oh yeah, keep popping it. I'll keep popping it.
Y'all talk about Pierce scores and then rank guys who needed spacing, rule changes, and 5 years of development to be who they are today. Pierce was a walking bucket in any era. Keep disrespecting if you want, but those who actually watch know what time it is. Shout out to Ox for being one of those few. Keep going.
Hold on. Not just Ox.
All that applies to
Carmelo. Not some of it, Swiper, or most of it. Every last bit.
All of it applies to Carmelo Anthony, and Carmelo Anthony was known among Kobe, among LeBron as the toughest guard in the league.
Swiper, you are cooking with that, but you know what else?
When he walked through the door.
Paulie walked through the door, averaging 21.
Give it to Melo.
And so did Melo.
Melo cooked Paul Pierce consistently.
What are we doing?
Consistently. He cooked LeBron. Melo was giving everybody work. Go look back at the Hall of Records.
What did that?
Kobe said the toughest cover in the league. He didn't say Paulie P from Jersey Shore. He didn't say LeBron. He said Carmelo Anthony. No, because Melo was a bulldog. That he said Carmelo was the best combination of quickness in the first step and brute strength in the NBA.
That's true. So, Swipe, what I'm saying, Swipe, is that what you're saying is true. I don't think that anywhere in that comment that brother did any downgrading to Carmelo Anthony at all. I think the same applies for Carmelo. But this ain't about Carmelo. This is about Paul Pierce right now, and everything that he said is a fact about Paul Pierce.
Recognize who Paul Pierce was as a bucket getter. Well, I'm not going to argue that. In fact, the night of the draft, Roy Williams is on record. His college basketball coach, quote, "When you think of Paul Pierce, the first thing you do is look at the scoreboard." Because that's who he was. He was a bucket getter. To start, he'll give it to you any and everywhere you want it. And he'll do it consistently. I'm not going to argue that point. Paul Pierce was fantastic.
I don't even think.
Just so y'all, I don't know if y'all dudes know this. Who is the all-time leading scorer in Celtics history?
Paul Pierce.
I'm going to assume it's Paul Pierce.
Yes, Paul Pierce.
I mean, but I don't even think Paul's game was really unlocked like how it would be unlocked if he played in this era. I think if Paul played in this era, bro, you would see some amazing shit from him. Like some amazing shit from him. It's just
I don't know.
He'd be a top 15 player in the league.
Aren't you saying this about
he'd be like a top 5?
No, he wouldn't be a top 5 player in the league.
Yeah.
He would not at all. Top 5 player in the league today, Jordan?
I think he would because his scoring would probably be talking about like 32, 33 a game. I think Paul would be probably 32, 33 a game.
So who's he better than? He has to be better than people.
Who's he better than? Luka?
I told y'all. No, Luka's a better playmaker than him. That's the only thing.
He better than Jason Tatum?
Yes, he's better than Jason Tatum.
Who, Paul Pierce?
Yes.
Yes, for sure. Better than Jason Tatum, yes. And Jason Tatum's better than Wemby, so what's that mean?
You're talking about top 5, and I'm hearing non-top.
Yeah, I said if Paul played in this era, I think he would average 31, 32 a game.
Is he better than Shea?
It would be very, very close, I think. Very close.
Yes.
And so I probably would take Paul Pierce just because he's a little bit bigger. I think he can
go on the poll on Twitter, guys.
But Paul Pierce in this era, bro, I'm telling you, bro, like it's a lot of things that y'all see from these players that we don't get to see from other players who play.
Jordan, how far, like, because you at this point, every time I hear you like say a comment like this, it's about like every late 90s to 2000 score in the league, how they would come to today's league and be the best shit popping in the league. So how many players from there? How many perimeter scores from there would come into?
Would Allen Iverson be a top 5 player in today's game?
Where would Allen Iverson rank? Where would Allen Iverson rank right now in the league?
Top 5 too.
So would Jerry Stackhouse be a top 5 player in the league?
No.
Because Jerry Stackhouse was like 28 a game, 29 a game.
Yes, but go look at Jerry Stackhouse. Just go look at the way he got what Jerry Stackhouse. Y'all talking about Allen Iverson shot chucker.
What would Antonio McDyess be in today's game?
Oh, don't do that. Because first of all, I like Antonio McDyess. He would not be top 10. He would be top 15.
What about Allen Houston, Jordan? Where would Allen Houston?
I really like Allen Houston. He'd probably be top 10, top 12 around there. He'd be better than
we're talking about scorers or players?
Just bucket getter, because we talking about
bucket getters. We just talking about bucket getters.
Wait, real talk. When you asked real talk, were you talking about just bucket getters, or you talking about just?
I was asking about players, like best
players. Allen Houston would be top 15, but if we were talking about bucket getters, he'd probably be up there, and he'd probably be up there.
Where would Latrell be?
Latrell will struggle because it's the 3-point line, but I like Latrell, bro. Latrell was getting down here. Latrell did a lot. It's just the 3-point is a little shaky for Latrell.
I'm gonna say it, Mars, and I know you're gonna roast me for this. Allen Houston better than Devin Booker today.
Dan Donovan Mitchell too, though. Don't forget Donovan Mitchell too. He better than Donovan Mitchell too.
But real talk, you know what? I think it's kind of unfair, like what you just said, like to Jordan. I'm not saying you did it maliciously. I'm just want to just put this out there. And a lot of people do the same thing to me, right? But we're talking about, when we say like in today, we're talking about one, like we'll call it like 2-3 season. You know what I'm saying? Like when we do that, we're talking about like a whole 15, 20 years of scores. So it's like I can take 1-2 from each season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the sample size is so much bigger. So it's not like I'm saying that 80, like 98, or every score was better than the score in 2025. But if you go from 95 all the way to 2010, that's 15 years of basketball. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that we can get 10, 11 guys in there that'll be top 20. You know.
And my question for real talk is do you not believe that the way they play basketball in different eras like benefits the group? I'm talking about the best score. I'm not talking about average. It benefits them more in this era. Like clearly it does.
I for sure understand that. I do that as well with some players. I just don't do it with. I just think I don't do it with as many as you, right? I'm willing to go like 02, 03 McGrady could possibly be top 3 or the best player in the league today. I'm willing to do that.
Why not Paulie, though?
I'm not willing to say Paul Pierce would be top 5. I'm not willing to go that far for me personally.
But you got
I don't think he would be better than Shea. I don't think he's better than Luka. I don't think he's better than Yo. I don't think he's better than Giannis. And then that 5th spot, I mean, when you got Wemby, you got Embiid,
when is Paul Pierce,
bro?
You got like it's a lot of players.
He's not a defender in the league right now. It's not a defender in the league right now that would give Paul problems. Just because he can either go by you, he can shoot the ball, he off the dribble.
I don't know about that.
But wait. See, this is the other part that we don't. Wait, Jordan. Because I got.
I don't think nobody's giving him problems.
I think no, because
free space.
When y'all do the transfer of error things, the thing that y'all don't like to put into consideration is that there are more wing defenders now than ever, because it's basically taking over the league, being switchable as a team and as a unit.
Yeah, but they're not very good.
Wait. Hold on. So when you say that, stop. When you say that there's nobody in the league that would give him trouble, Herb Jones is in the league. Amin Thompson's in the league.
Bro, these guys are not giving Paul Pierce trouble, bro. Y'all like they give trouble. They give trouble to guys that's like on the brink. You talking about the best of scores. They're not giving them trouble. They're not giving Paul Pierce trouble. Paul Pierce is giving them 30. If you say line this shit up and it's the playoffs and you
30
got
on
Paul
what?
Pierce in the I mean, you gonna a good score, yeah. You gotta take your shots. That's how it happens in the playoffs. But I'm not saying it's gonna be a walk in the park for him.
You just said he ain't gonna have trouble. That's what walk in the park means.
Hold on. I'm saying what Shea would do, what y'all see Shea do, that y'all think he's the only player in NBA history could do. Paul Pierce could do that. That's what I'm saying. Y'all believe
I'm not giving Paul
NBA
Pierce
history
that
can average
handle.
30, and that shit is amazing. Paul Pierce is the same guy.
He's not Shea.
Okay, no, he is not.
Why isn't he Shea? Why isn't Paul Pierce Shea?
So
his name is Paul.
Besides that, Mars, why can't Paul Pierce do what Shea did?
Okay, so to answer your question, number one, he ain't as nice as Shea with the pill. That's number one.
Don't have to be. They don't mean nothing.
He's not taking the ball from him, so
okay, that's fine. He doesn't have to be. Okay, sure. He's not as nice in the mid range. That's number two. I don't think that.
What?
No,
Chill. Come on, bro. Come on, dog. Come on, bro. Chill.
What about the cup? What about out the cup, Chill?
What about in the post?
I don't think that there's much separation. I think that Paul Pierce today, to be honest with you on a box, I think Paul Pierce is awesome. But Jordan, I don't think you factoring in the athlete today, because we talk about all the time how much better athletes are today. So
I got a guy, great athlete.
Luka, I'm not going to put Paul Pierce in the same conversation with Luka as a bucket getter, because no, they're not. Those two guys are not even close to the same two people. And in buckets. No, they are not. Luka is not. Luka is
off that list that guy ran down. Did Luka check every box on that list that guy ran down?
Yes. Every last one. I think that Luka is the best player in the game.
Not to the same
real talk. Would you please bless the panel? Real talk.
But because
no, y'all up here talking foolishness.
Throw some holy water on the panel. Real talk.
I get it. Because I do think some of the older generation, as basketball continues to evolve, some of the players in older generations do start to get a little disrespected. I get it, but I also think it's disrespectful to say that Paul Pierce would just come into today's league and just do what Shea's doing. Because there's not a lot of people. There's not a lot of people doing what Shea's doing.
Do this.
It's not.
No, not in history.
No, now real talk.
So
okay, real talk.
If Shea is not the only player in NBA history that could do this, why can't we compare past players like T-Mac, Paul Pierce, or this guy to say in this era? So what would Shea do in that era?
No, y'all are missing it.
So what would Shea do in that era?
No, you're missing it. You can say they would come in and be great. That doesn't mean they would be as good as Shea just was this season.
Why not?
That's undermining. That is undermining what we just saw from Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
I'm not undermining nothing. I think Shea's awesome, but there is a difference in basketball.
I don't think it's meant to be. I don't think
Shea is the only player in NBA history that can do
it. No, stop saying in history, George.
Basically what he's saying.
No, that's not what we're doing.
I don't think so. I think I'm
saying Paul Pierce.
That's not what's happening. Hold on. Take a step back, y'all. Take a step back. We're not getting anywhere with this. Let's take a step back. I don't think that it's meant to be disrespectful or undermining. And I think if you take that stance, then you can say it the same way the other way. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I think it's fair to say that maybe it wouldn't be the same numbers or the same efficiency, but I think it would be like in a tier, in a range. You know what I'm saying? It might not look the same. If you feel like SGA, what he did this season is better than Paul Pierce, I think that's fair as well.
It is fair.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't think SGA is just the only guy that's ever had a great season.
That's real talk, man. That's basically what he's saying.
That's not what I said. You don't get what I said. You're not listening. You're listening.
No, I'm listening. No, I'm listening to everything you're saying. I'm listening to everything you're saying.
I did not say that there's no other player that can come in and do what Shea did. That's not what I said.
Right, but I don't think it's trying to undermine Shea, though. I don't think it's trying to undermine or disrespect Shea.
Right, but I'm saying, hold on, because y'all want to hear one piece and y'all want to pop the shit the way y'all want to pop it. Listen, I'm saying the error for Paul Pierce of him getting the shit off that he was getting with the tight, congested space. I'm saying the numbers that he put up, you will be a goddamn fool or out your goddamn mind if you don't think that get boosted across this era. You gotta be out your mind if you don't think that gets boosted.
Okay. No, I'm not going to argue that.
Why is it always? Why do you think it's volume that just gets? What if Pierce now just becomes
Jordan, you're the same one. Stop right there, bro. So hold on, because you dudes jump on me.
Shooting. Maybe
Jordan,
his efficiency gets boosted.
Jordan,
what about that?
And not only that,
Jordan, everybo's not just averaging
Paul Pierce, you can
shoot
every fucking shot you want to shoot.
Everybody's not just.
You can play this brand of basketball, not pass it around. You can play this brand of basketball where no matter what, we believe in analytics. Get your shots up. Do what you gonna do. You don't think Paul Pierce gonna say, "Oh shit, I get to shoot 8, 9 threes a game"?
That's a detriment to his game if he's shooting that many threes. Just so we clear,
it's a detriment to his game back in 05. Chill, not in 2025.
But today,
Anthony Edwards shoot 10 fucking threes a game. Tatum shoot 10 threes a game.
Yo, fellas, we do got to keep it moving though. Let's. So now, go ahead. I ain't trying to cut you off. Let's just wrap it up. That's all I'm saying. Let's just wrap it up.
Go ahead, Jill.
So SGA. I don't think Paul Pierce is as good as him coming off pick and roll. I don't think he's as good as him stop and pop in the mid range. I think SGA is better than him at that. I think SGA is better at combination dribbles, getting to the rim. Considering what we have in today's game as athletes, like to Real Talk's point, with guys like Herb Jones, with guys like Dyson Daniels, right? With guys like Herb Jones, with guys like
those guys gonna stop Paul Pierce, but guys like Ron Artest was guarding fucking Paul Pierce, LeBron James guarding Paul Pierce. All these different guys, Bruce Bowen guard Paul Pierce. All these different guys in the league, but you think guys like Herb Jones, the shit Paul never seen before, is gonna stop Paul Pierce?
Yes, I do think that they can slow him down.
So let's wrap this shit up.
All right, let's keep going.
Let's wrap this shit up. This is the best era of basketball. No players can fuck with this
real quick, Jordan. I do see now right there, though, Jordan. I don't think you were trying to undermine SGA, but I do think now you are kind of undermining Herb Jones.
I'm not undermining none of that. I'm saying these dudes are big and playing one-on-one.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not going to say that them dudes wouldn't give him trouble though. Just because even them dudes, even though Paul Pierce was scoring on Ron Artest or whoever you want to name, they were still giving him trouble.
Dyson Daniels,
he was still giving him trouble. It's not like he was just walking by dudes. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it going, y'all. I just
want to make my point clear for the. I'm not saying Paul Pierce would not be great in this era. That is not what I'm saying. I do think he would be a phenomenal scorer in this era.
Top 5 player in the league? No.
Top 5 player in the league? No. Just assuming he would have this level of efficiency that Shea just had in this past season on that volume.
He would have that level of efficiency. I didn't say
so I just want to be clear. That was my point. I'm not saying what you're saying. I'm stating my point. That's it. I just want to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's fine.
So as we were saying, a guy like Paul Pierce, he would be fantastic. But in today's game, where we are today, right? To where we are today in today's game, a guy like Paul Pierce, he would be phenomenal. And I don't want to undermine who Paul Pierce was, because there's a reason why he's the all-time leading scorer in Celtic history. There's a reason why he averaged, 25 a game for a bunch of different seasons. There's a reason why he was impossible to deal with one-on-one with a lot of different guys. I'm not going to argue that point. What I am going to say, though, is in today's game, where we are today, I think Paul Pierce would have a lot more trouble than you.
I disagree.
Why would? But I don't. I think to be honest,
we got some super chats about the topic.
Okay,
go ahead. Go ahead, Swap, because you just got here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I think to Jordan credit though, KD said offense it's easier to score now, but I don't think that's because the league is worse. I think the league is better. I think the league is so skilled.
I didn't say it was worse either. I didn't say I did the spacing.
I was just gonna finish that point because I think that goes to KD's point. KD said in the Mind the Game podcast that the reason why scoring now is easier is because it's harder to play defense and load up coverages when you have the amount of spacing around players now. But defenders are still elite. But he even said, as he said, defenders were struggling to stop players then, like the Kobe and the Pauls and the Carmelos in the 2000s. They're struggling even worse in 2025. I actually think Paul would be more successful because of the game type that he has, plus the fact of what he's on the floor with in a modern offense. Think about it. If you inserted Paul Pierce for Jason Tatum and Paul Pierce's scoring type.
Why do y'all keep saying shit we all agree with already?
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Chill because Chill made a comment
Chill
about him not scoring.
With this.
No, he don't. Chill said he wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying, real talk. Sometimes you want to just talk so badly Chill said he would have a more difficult time scoring.
The yapper of the year saying that to me.
I do.
Go ahead.
Chill said that and he rebutted it. I think that's
a very simple rebuttal. So just stay out of it, please. I'm saying that Chill. I really not disagree with you. I think if you insert him for Jason Tatum, I think based on his shot profile and the spacing he had available to him, I think to Jordan's point, he would be a better scorer now in this era. But I don't think he's top five.
And Paul Pierce was very physical, very strong, and a
big free throw line too.
But Fresh Prince Shakur says, ever since Paul Pierce said I called game, he gained extra aura. I was losing my mind at that.
He was old. He was older when he did that shit.
He was, but Paul Pierce was still.
He was, but he was older. The one is when he was talking shit to the one when he was talking shit to Ron Artest though. That's the one right there.
It wasn't Ron Artest. It was Al Harrington.
Al Harrington. Al Harrington. My bad.
That's fine. That's
what I'm here for.
That's the one. That's the one right there. He was over. Mid play.
He wasn't older. He was over. And when he was in Washington,
he was over. He was over when he got to the Clippers. If Paul Pierce don't break his wrist, I guarantee you the Wizards go to the finals.
Hey, hell no. But chill. Hey, that move that he hit on Al Harrington, that was a sidestep. I thought you give Paul Pierce, Jason Tatum sidestep attempts. Shit.
With the strong hand too. By the way,
is he a better sidestep shooter than Jason Tatum? Shit. That's all I'm saying. You a big Jason Tatum guy. That's why it's baffling to me what you're saying about Paul Pierce. It's baffling to me.
I think Jason Tatum is a better athlete. Yeah, how I see him and with the shot selection of Jason Tatum, that's my issue. But he still is one of the best bucket getters in the game. He still gets to the rim. He still finishes at the rim at a high rate. The three-point shot and the shot selection is a bit tricky. I think that Paul Pierce, I ain't saying that Paul Pierce wouldn't get buckets today. I ain't saying that Paul Pierce wouldn't be one of the best scorers today. But I think that the way the game is today, to you guys' point and how wide open it is, guys like Herb Jones, guys like Dyson Daniels, guys like Kamara, that kid up in Portland, guys like that, I think that they would give Paul Pierce a little bit more trouble.
Than the people that are the era.
Yes, like guys like Bruce Bowen, guys like.
But they were better. Those were elite defenders, though, Chill.
Right, those guys, right? Those guys were. But here's the difference. I think in today's game, I think we have more Herb Jones and Dyson Daniels, and
so Herb Jones gonna go down as a better defender than Bruce Bowen. I just want to know that.
Is he going to go down as a better defender than Bruce Bowen? Well, we don't know. I think he's in year 3 or year 4 right now.
Shout out to Herb Jones for his extension.
Yeah, I think he's in year 3 or year 4. Just so we clear. So
player option last year.
Bruce Bowen up to like here when he got to San Antonio, Bruce Bowen wasn't an all-world defender. Bruce Bowen was on his 4th team in 5 years. It wasn't until he got to San Antonio.
That's not an indictment on a player, but
100% is.
I mean, not
doesn't change how good of a defender is.
Yeah, like not as a defender. That doesn't mean because you was on 5 teams, you're not a good defender. That don't mean that.
All right. Let's get back on track. Let's get to some of these next couple of super chats. I'll read because they're about this topic, but we still got to keep going. The Trib one says why are we lying about Paul Pierce? Paul Pierce won with skill outside of the paint. The only type of scorer this league inflates is the elite drivers, not people like Paul Pierce. He's not Luka.
I don't think people have watched Paul Pierce.
Yeah, you didn't watch.
They haven't.
In like 08, 09, Paul Pierce when they were going to the finals, and they haven't seen the Paul Pierce that was
03, 02.
living.
That was doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do. That one.
I was thinking about like the 02 to 05.
You would never. The word
he was 50 before 50 when he got down.
Any implication that Paul Pierce wasn't elite driving or elite getting to the rim is just flat out wrong.
You just didn't watch. They didn't watch. He just didn't watch. That's what it is. He just didn't watch.
The games are online. Go watch them.
He watched Brooklyn Nets Paul Pierce and made an assumption that was.
They're just listening to people like Draymond Green. They don't
wait. So we all agree Carmelo would be a much more efficient, better scorer in this era.
It ain't got nothing to do with it.
No, I'm just asking. I know Mars is.
Yeah,
Melo too. Melo as well.
Yes, I think a lot of guys would be more efficient.
Sure, I agree.
Yes. Carmelo Anthony would terrorize this league, and he would definitely be top 5.
Carmelo Anthony in the mid-range.
The Trib one says Paul Pierce would be an overall worse player today, much worse on defense and about the same on offense. Spacing doesn't mean everyone gets through.
But okay, so Luka is not very good on offense.
Paul's a really good athlete, man. I think people are.
I do think he would be worse on defense today.
Yeah,
because he got a couple more space. I could get with that point, Mars. But we were talking primarily about buckets. That was it. That's all we were talking about.
Yeah,
where you at? Will says, chill and real talk are smoking crack rocks. Paul was a better scorer than SGA in this era.
No, facts. I mean, everybody just doing what SGA doing.
Facts. You smoking crack, nigga?
Yeah.
I got my diesel right here.
Yeah, what the hell?
My diesel right here. Matter of fact, we got.
Hey, Swiper, did you say Swiper? Did you say defense is worse?
What the hell?
Let's go.
I said, did you say defense is worse now? Like, did you say they playing defense worse now?
No, I don't think they're playing defense worse. I think it's tougher to play defense. I don't think the defenders are worse though.
Nah,
I agree. Not the same thing. Those two things.
I think there's a lot of good defenders. I was maybe 2 or 3 seasons ago, I was kind of on that, but I start opening my eyes a little more. There's a lot of good defenders.
Would you say that every team has at least one really, really good defender? I don't want to just go through and name them, but I would assume so.
The Lakers ain't
I want to real quick though. I want to respect. I do Swiper to answer your question. I do want to respect basketball and I do want to respect the NBA players. So I would go ahead and assume that every team has at least 3 guys that are really good defenders. But
3.
I mean, it's a 15-man roster, and I want to be respectful to professional basketball players. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey, I'm sure.
And I have a quick question to a lot of you guys. So for people that saying that the defenders are better,
the Lakers, Gabe Vincent.
Why are the defenders better now, like compared to the era of like why?
I think
they're gonna say what that dude came up here and said yesterday. The dude that came up here yesterday. Because they have to close.
Ain't no way he said that. Ain't no way he said that.
How hard is it to contest the long mid range?
Right? Like you don't know. You ain't never.
So that's why they better because of that.
You ain't never closed down on nothing but the refrigerator. You don't know what you talking about.
I didn't.
My bad. I'm being salty because he picked me last.
To answer your question, Jordan, and I don't mean to cut you off, real talk, but to answer your question, like the particulars we already know about. The spacing is a lot different. So with the spacing being a lot different, I gotta cover more space, and if I'm not as athletic, it's going to be difficult for me to cover spacing. But as a one-on-one player, like Drew Holiday, for example, Gary Payton or somebody like that, well, the rules are a lot different. I got to be real conscious of how I use my hands. I got to be real conscious of how I use my body and my physicality. So if I'm doing that, right, a lot of guys aren't as smart. And I got to pick and choose spots where I want guys to go. Now, if I can be more physical, now I can pick and choose. I don't have to pick and choose where I want you to go. I know for a fact I'm gonna make you go this way because my physicality is gonna allow me to do that. If I don't have to cover, especially if I don't have to cover that much space, but if I got to cover more space and I can't be as physical with you, well, now I can't really dictate where I want you to go because I can't use my hands as much. So I have to be smarter. So I do think in today's game,
I think perimeter defense is much harder. Much harder.
Okay, so it's much harder. It's much harder. I don't know if that means much better because that means
I didn't. Well, I want to be.
Like a reverse, then that means the offense would just be better, which it is, and like it's just a reverse. It's just a never-ending cycle for this conversation because I can argue it from both ways. Like I can argue it for both ways, so it's just really unnecessary to be honest with you.
It's just one of them things, man. It's like if we have a job, but I have a tool over here that I can use to make my job a little easier, it doesn't mean that you're better at your job than I am.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said it's a circle. It's just a circle.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm good at this job and you gave me that tool. And I knew how to use it, and I'm a quick study. I can pick that up really quickly.
And they modified it a little bit too.
Yeah.
So we can get people off of overtime.
So, yeah, facts.
Save some bread.